Bliss a little bit of a more struggled fight to the last map, but they were able to close it in the end, 13-9. And that's why we're on our third and final map. It's going to be Split. Yeah. You know, if you haven't seen Split here in the Autumn Cup, it's had a bit of a facelift. A few of the hallways a little bit more wider. The moment. Shadownet to start the attack side off. I feel Split, especially from what we saw yesterday, a little bit more defense oriented. Especially with a Sage in play. Easy looking to peek out and looking to try and right click a few poor players in Shadownet. And they're just going to be waiting patiently for the moment. Barky. There is a self jump you can do up onto that box. I don't know if he knows it. Smoke goes up. Barky going to be seeing on the other line of it. Ronski. Though only needs to see the head to take it.
There.
He's going to be taking it. Long rotate out. It's interesting to see Shadownet bring out the Astra here, as well as Bliss. The Astra pretty common in the meta now. 3 players left to deal with. They're still out towards middle. The turret going to be putting up the stars to line and light the way. Deltero taking down to 67 points of HP. He's going to be going deep through that smoke, though. He's going to be found by Ronski. Now Calamari trying to go deep through that smoke. Able to hold down one. He's able to find a second. Calamari sneaking away with a few more kills than he should be granted. Going to be taken out by Freshest in the end. It's going to be the first round of Bliss. A statement to start this third map off. We saw Bliss with a statement last game. 9-3 half. I have to say, Split's an interesting one to be left in the pool because we haven't seen too many games be played on Split by Bliss. I believe currently 1 and 2, or no, sorry, 4 and 3 in their standings for the map. Or 3, no, it's 3 and 4. It's the other way around. 43% win rate overall. Shadownet a little bit more favorable. They've played it a total of 3 times. They've won twice. It's all to the credit I really feel of this Calamari breach. Major going to be tucked in the corner. Ink goes, paint shells pulled. There's going to be one more kill left to be found. It's the Calamari again. Holding on for dear life. Very respectable Sova. But also known for his breach. He plays it quite a bit. Used to play it back in the old Mystery Inc. days. If you don't know Calamari, of course, an old professional Rocket League player. Bit of an Apex god as well. I've heard his tracking is quite nuts. Second round though to Bliss. And for the side of Shadownet, now a bite. It's a bit of a breather for them. Good seat. Ultimate starting to build high here for the side of Bliss. 4, 4, 3. Precious. Ronski also halfway to his. They seem to be going for a ton of mid control though. Deltero gets 2 with a wall bang. Shuts down the mid play completely. Shadownet. That's the way to start a round. That's the way to start their rifle off with a bang. Now it's going to be left to Ronski and Jungle. Both grouped up in mid still. And Shadownet can lurk whichever way they choose. Chax, Dead A Heaven. Shadownet say, you know what? Let's go to A. If it's up for the table, we'll take it. Jungle Ronski over towards B. That was huge from Deltero. The Taco Man gets his feast in. Still see Shadownet
Spike planted.
a little bit spread of the map. They're looking for a potential pick to start it off.
Gone here. One enemy remaining.
Barky gonna take Ski jungle. Just trying to hold on to his Guardian. Just try and keep hold of anything. Any form of glory. Shadownet with a convincing round. Oh, Jax. That's a shot. It was made a little bit more noisy by the Guardian tap. It's going to be first round though on the board for Shadownet. Find themselves the rifle round to answer back, and I have to say, an interesting push there on mid from the side of Bliss. Now back to a little bit more default play. Well played again. So back to now a little bit more of an even playing field. That was bonus for the side of Bliss. Baki straight in to this A site. Going to be snaking his way through those smokes though. Major has snaked his way in a site. He's taken 3. The bomb bot goes off too. Major just might have set them up completely for this round. Vesta, 26 points of HP. He needs Baki to be his saving grace. Easy to find it from the ramp. Star goes down. Vesta going to be sucked in and easy. Going to put lights out in that third round here for Bliss. Of course, shout out to water. Guys, if you haven't been staying hydrated, feel free to grab yourself a cup. So we now go into the eco. Oh, not an eco, no. Shadownet forced into this one. Bucky's got knives. The rest of them have money. They've secured so many spike plants that they're able to do so. And you're going to take out Chax on the lurk. They're going for a deep push in the mid, though. It's Deltero. It's a tear head. Ronsky. Dash up. Aggressive play from Baki. Secures a gun for himself. Right click. The backup. Now here. Or V4. The vests are quite low. Calamari gonna be grouping it up. His teammates. Slow and steady wins the race, it would seem, for Shadownet. See the stars go up at A. Bliss could be faked. Actually pulls the stars back. Latera makes his slow approach up through heaven. Doesn't believe he's this far. The Empress pops. Now it's up to Freshest. He's dropped himself in the sight, but he's dropped and traded by Ronsky. Shot. Oh my god. Ronsky nails one on a Baki too. Calamari now 1v2. Spike available to be planted. Star goes up. He's trying to tap it. He's trying to bait it here. Major to peek B main. He was expecting the play to wrap around the other side. It's a 4th round here for Bliss. As they deny Shadownet the opportunity to really get going off of that round stolen away. You see the money not quite there either for Shadownet. 7-3 for Major, still leading the charge. Ronsky not far behind. Ultimate's available for 2, almost make it 3. Festa has showstopper in just a wee bit. Shadownet, they just want to go for some cheeky little eco kills. Any round is a good round if they seal away some guns. Latera, oh, a bit of a missed opportunity. Ronsky up to pounce, drops spike. Gives info. 2 now in the sewers. Ronsky, though, going to be taken by Chax. Gravity well paint. Shells dumped onto that spike. Shot from Baki, though. Able to take out Major. Cloudburst goes. Rez comes out. Chax is just given a freebie. Baki actually going to take it away. Easy to take away the remaining few players. Line them up like lambs to the slaughter. 5 Now on the board for Bliss. Shadownet back to a buy. They've got 4 ultimates available. Cosmic Divide, Rolling Thunder, Lockdown, and the Showstopper. No ultimates available for Bliss. Defenders sided map. And Bliss is showing that it's awfully defender's side to start this one off. Operator in play for Ronski. Well, the members of Shadownet go. There's a hefty push towards this B main garage area.
Bot coming back.
Not gonna be recalled by Chax. Star goes up. We'll be looking to find a player in Chax in just a second. Chax, we haven't seen all too many lurks from him so far. It's been a little bit more stock standard. He's been a little bit more with the team as the late. Jungle to toss the stars up the wall. Over at B main.
There.
Investor pings it. He's a little bit disheartened. You can hear the disdain in Razor's voice. And still see Jungle expecting a player over at A. He knows how Shadownet like to play. Star goes down. That's the last star. Run it. There's Lockdown, sorry, put down by Chax. Trying to bait it. Cosmic Divide comes in. Jungle, those holding. The wall goes up just in time for the rest of Shadownet to scroll their way into the site. Spike will go down. 13 seconds. The 3v5 here for Shadownet. Very rough start here. Major going to be rolling thundered immediately by Calamari. Lockdown comes in this time from side of Shadownet. Drop into the site. Where is the last player? Baki towards the elbow. Taken by Major. And a 6th round picked up here by Bliss. A flawless one. They play with the timing and they play with the position. They play with the numbers. A valiant retake there from Bliss. They just know how to go for the retakes. We saw the lockdown be used to perfection. We now look at our scoreboard. 6-1 in favor of Bliss, but it's still early days. You know, Split, a map that's pretty prominent for defense side holds. Shadownet, not scared to play a map like this. Baki, he saw the wall, he heard it go up, he heard the ult orb being taken. Gonna force the issue. 2 players just outside of heaven. And the Showstopper being pulled by Vesta. That's a bit of an interesting play. And Bliss playing far back. They know that they don't have to peek into anything. As Shadownet are opting for here. Now it's Major with his return. Showstopper, Pain Shells, Vesta. Gonna be taking out Major. Another one from Baki. Get out of my way. The knives are popped. Vesta looking for another one as he's popped shots. A-site's completely on the table. Shadownet somehow take 2. Vesta takes another. And this is a 2v4, not where Shadownet are supposed to be, but they'll take the position. Knives out, Ronski taken. And it's going to be up to Freshest in the 1v4. Shadownet really going to be thanking their lucky stars that paint shells landed. Rap coming in. Oh, Dell. He's got timing on the Freshest. He's heard the footsteps. Puts the bullets in. It's not a headshot, but it's still a kill nevertheless. Vandal picked up by Deltero. Guns retrieved by everybody minus Calamari. Second round picked up by Shadownet. Very nicely played from them overall. And for side of Bliss, not feeling all too blissful right now, if you don't know. Bliss, a word for serene, calm, anything of that nature. But they're feeling stressed out. Shadownet definitely are putting the pressure on. There's no doubt. You can see the way Bliss going for the play. No early wall this time from Easy. Actually, no, there is an early wall. It's towards the mailroom. A bit of a different one from Easy. Deltero. Smokes. Stars towards the B site. Has to find this first kill. Easy's on the other side of this smoke. Once it goes down, it's all gonna be fight. Stars go in. Barky goes into that smoke. He takes it. He's able to look for another. Major's gonna be traded. They have to now deal with Freshness in sight. He finds the first one to Chax, but Deltero firing off to this round. Firing off a bit to frag.
30 seconds
Left to jungle 1v3. Clutch Minister needs to be put back in session. Calamari back sight, gonna be peeking out. Jungle looking witch to and fro way. Third round now for Shadownet. As they secure another, it's starting to wane on the economy here for Bliss, though. They've got tons to work with still.
I got enough time to go into the astral form.
Loss bonus starting to be put into play. And it's a bit of a more evened half this time. Barky, no knives to pop this round, so no crazy kind of plays from him. Shots. Gravity well. Very nicely timed, but paint shells. Backs off for the moment. Easy and Major in a little bit of a discrepancy in mid. I expect to see a few Shadownet players there in just a second, but they're all up through this ramp. Looking over towards this A site. They're going to have to deal with Easy. Tucked behind the box. Smoke goes in, and they're not going to expect Easy in this position. He's going to swing out, take out the likes of Vesta. But the push comes to shove. Barky's going deep. He's taking out one. Easy's able to trade it back on a Calamari. Spike will go down, and Barky's still looking for these fights. He's still looking for these engagements. He's going to take out Easy. He's even going to get the reload off. Updraft to bait it, and he's going to go for the peek against jungle, though Deltero trades it back. Precious in a clutch situation yet again. A little bit more doable this time, a 1v2. One in screens. Chax to put the high turret to spot him. Precious is looking to which way. He thinks there's a swarm on the Spike. He sees another come out. They just need to wait for the time. Chax is baiting it perfectly. A wallbang dink. Gonna be finding it. Spike gonna be tapped here. Deltero goes for the swing. And it's a fourth round on the board for Shadownet. Even Deltero not gonna live that one though. Money high. It is soaring in the pockets of Shadownet. They're looking to even this up to a 6-6. And side of Bliss, this is not how they expected their defense side to go. It's very, very rough on the board. Barky starting to fire off. Deltero now on the top. These trades have been beautiful from Shadownet. So the ultimates available. Cosmic Divide. Knives for Barky. Peek. Gonna be towards mid. No wall this time. Just slow orb. Lonsky going heavy push. Barky able to trade it immediately. No one under threat here for the side of Shadownet. They're feeling confident going into the later stage of this half. Vesta, you can see, going for the B take. He's looking for Freshness, though. They're all grouped up. Calamari, he's going to toss out the blind. He's going to get the first. Looking for the second, though. Easy trades it. Rez comes in. Barky taken. And that's an unfavorable duel taken now for Shadownet. They turn their attention towards this A site.
You are divided.
Cosmic Divide to go up. And it's now Chax and Deltero. 2v4. Spike will go down default.
Placing swarm grenade.
Swarm grenade here. Chax Gonna back off completely. Actually gonna be going for the fight up in the ramp. He's gonna take it. Brave play from Chax as now Deltero trying to take the fight and screens. These players are playing front and forward against the two. And Chax is wrapped up towards the heaven. Deltero on the flank. Chax! There's no way he gets away with his push. Gonna be detained in style, but it's Shadownet taking 5. Chax! Oh my lord. You saw it. He just has that killer instinct in... They got the spike down. The swarm goes. It's 5 now for Shadownet. Ultimate's available still for Bliss. But Shadownet, you saw a piece of it come together in their last game. Looking to fully fill out the puzzle now in this one. Flash comes out, wall goes up immediately. Ronsky has popped the Empress. Highly. Ronsky gonna back off. Chax is ever so cautious. Oh my god, knives from Baki. We saw it in the third person. Saw it through the wall. Lockdown comes in. Chax now trying to bait it. He's gonna bait jungle perfectly. Chax finally on his one. Deltero on it too. Shadownet are on their groove right now. Rolling Thunder goes to the B site. Shadownet out towards the B site. Turret is going to spot it, but does he expect Baki? This is so crucial. Ronsky snuck out, but immediately traded. Shadownet do no wrong. Crossfires are plenty. 6-6 goes our scoreline. And this is such a close game. This is such a close series. Side swap. It's now Shadownet to the defense, Bliss to the attack. This map a little bit more evened here for the moment. You can see it on the kill totals. Bliss, it's an even distribution. 11 for Easy, 10 for Ronsky, 10 for Major, 14 to 9 for Baki, 11 and 7 for Deltero, 7 and 8 now for Chax. So he needs to put this B site on his back. 4 players to approach for the side of Bliss. A bit of a skewed wall. It's actually going to be the wrapper around it. Chax not quite able to find his shots. Calamari not able to find him either. Vesta able to cheekily trade one out. Major might be cautious on the other side of that smoke. Turret goes up. Pete comes in from Baki. He isn't able to find the shot to get a dink onto it too. Deltero, what do you do? Still gonna go for it. Heel comes out from Easy. Gravity well. Peek. Deltero has to look 2 different ways. And it's gonna be Bliss now to take 7 after such a valiant play from Chax. As we take a breather. It's been a long game. It's been a long series. Again, appreciate you all coming by. Means the world. Autumn Cup, you know, wouldn't be possible without our teams, without our players, without you guys in chat showing its support. Peek out B main, blast across the site. Chax in a bit of a little off angle, tries to catch the player off guard, but Bliss are on their A game now, going into this attack side. Calamari to hold the mid flank in just a second. Falls to Baki. Calls to action. Shot from Baki. Deltero getting peeked by 2. Can't hit his sheriff shots right now. He seems to be missing them all. 8 on the board for Bliss. Currently, still a little bit even. Shadownet now to a bye. Bliss. I call it a bonus.
I have the spike.
But is awfully close still right now. One wrong slip up. It could be Bliss stealing away a lead back in their favor. Fault line goes out. Guns, as I said, for Shadownet. No one close to the ults just yet. Ronsky one away from his. Baki two away from his. Peak comes out lower mid, and they're expected traded by Calamari. He's going to be slowed for the moment. And they've actually traded Baki now to hold down this B site. It's going to be the Peak to come out. It's going to be Major to take out Baki. Retake to come in here for the side of Shadownet. They have to go for it. They really try to send it. They've got 2 stars available for Deltero. He's going to place some interesting positions. Going to be a Nebula. Calamari drop into the site. One behind the box. It's Ronsky. A bit of a compromising position. Shots tapped here. Chax flicks to Fro. Chax finds another on the wallbang. It's going to be the bait from Deltero. Now it's a 1v1. Chax v Jungle. And it's going to be Jungle to finally perch upon his throne. The clutch potential still in his favor. Going to fall to the spike in the end. But it's 9 rounds on the board for Bliss. A valiant effort from Shadownet, and the timeout going to be used. We didn't see it in that last map. We're seeing it now in play in this one. Actually, no, we saw it in the last map. We didn't see it in the first. Shadownet didn't quite need it. This is a really, really cool angle. You can see time completely stopped. Shadownet, they're digging deep now into this one. Starting to analyze the play. They're starting to analyze how Bliss play this T side, play this attacking side. A Masters event. You can see just passed. Again, shout out to our champions, Sentinels. 3-0 over Fnatic. That was insane. Still haven't gone around to watch the whole series. Might after this. Always more Valorant action. There's always VODs to watch. There's always so much content to consume. Timeout. Now going to dissipate. You see the barriers still there though. This is a bug. Of course, I don't know. That's a feature. The walls are supposed to go down. No, you don't want to peek if you're the side of Shadownet. You don't want to peek anything that can be shown behind a wall either. Charis in this round for the side of Shadownet. Blast pack. Send Major completely up into A heaven. Bombot out. Gonna be taking hefty amount of control up in A heaven. You can see 2 players of Shadownet just outside of A heaven, waiting for Bliss to maybe overpeak. Major spotted. Shots come out. He's actually able to take Deltero. Now, Shadownet, they back it up. Play long range, play back, play far, play safe. Vesta in sight. Still has a few to deal with. Drop shot. Finding Ronsky. Just needs to isolate more duels. Finds a second on it easy. He's just done it more available. Calamari. 1v3. Only a classic in hand. Looking for this first one. We'll be finding Major. That's a gun picked up. 47 HP. Needs to isolate duel. He heard Freshest cross back to sight. He knows there could be one maybe under heaven. And he's got to know there's one definitely in the elbow. Gonna send out the concussion. The aftershock. The blinding light. Concussion onto him. He sits it. He knows that he needs this positioning. He's walked it up. Freshest has been able to get himself in a little bit more of a dicey position towards the front of sight. Double digits on the board for Bliss. Defense side be damned. Attacking side starting off with a bang for the side of Bliss. You can see Shadownet, they may have won our hearts, but they haven't won the rounds just yet. Back to a bye. A few players almost on the ultimates. One away from the res for easy. Showstopper. Gonna be popped to the gravity well, though. It's Barky to steal away that kill. Potentially claimed, though. Vesta able to find a second one. And up over into heaven. Major's out onto this B site. Somehow he snuck his way through. Jungle has retrieved the spike. He's the last left alive, and he's going to be falling to Vesta. 7 rounds on the board. Shadownet put their paws to good use. They're going to be putting themselves around on the board. This game, if you missed it, I would have hated to. A convincing start from Shadownet. A first map 13-3 on Bind. And then a 13-9 on Haven by Bliss. And that's why we're on split. And it's still so damn even. Rolling Thunder now available for Calamari. One off the Cosmic, one off the Lockdown. Calamari sends the concussion early on. Trying to shake and rattle these Bliss players. Bliss, they wait outside of B. Shadownet. To be cautious though of this lurk from Major. Wall goes up to cross them into the site. Turret spots it. No, it's going to be a trade. Bucky drops in. Bang by Vronsky though. That's a shot with a Sheriff. And a crucial one at that. It denies the retake opportunity. Deltero going to be walked through in just a second. He catches the timing. Vronsky. Now the lockdown is used. Vesta gonna be finding the first. 3v2. What do you do? Jungle back sight. Rolling Thunder comes in. Vesta blasts himself across, but doesn't get over the wall, but baits it for easy to peek into him. Crossfire, though, is established. Vesta and Calamari are gonna have to peek this one perfectly. Calamari's traded. He's got the timing. Vesta doesn't have the shots, though. Freshest finds 11 on the board for Bliss. Recalls the bot. He recalls the play. Beautiful crossfire there from Bliss to hold down that plant. 11-7. Shadownet still have money to buy, so they're going to do so. Sheriff for Deltero. Ultimate's now available for Easy and Jungle. To the ultimates of Del and Shax. Now, peak aggressive Major gonna be finding Vesta with the blast packs. He gets up in the grill. That's a gun dropped. And Deltero knows it too. He says, boys, come with me. I need to grab this gun. I really want it. I really need it. Shadownet, I really need these kills right now. Swarm grenade comes out. A rotation. Vronsky gonna be taking Deltero, and that's a site completely opened up for Bliss. It's just a lurk player now here. Easy tries to catch the timing. He might be catching Baki. Vronsky gone a little bit deeper. It's Calamari able to answer. Oh my god. That's an answer from Calamari. Tries to go for the 180, but can't quite do so. Easy catches the flank line now. Match point. Series points here for Bliss. It's been such an effort from Shadownet this evening, trying to dethrone the Kings of Autumn Cup. The Kings of Summer Cup. Of course, the last season champions. 3-0 in the grand final. Bliss, the most dominant team we've seen on paper in the Summer Cup. And to kick the Autumn Cup off, they've looked a little bit out of sorts. They lost Icebox in overtime last week to Villains. Push goes towards B main. Showstopper popped early. Smoke goes down. Barky just lays them to cover. You can see Shadownet, they've forced into this one. It's all up to this push. Vronsky, lightning quick. Barky taken. Vronsky. And a standout performance in the last map. A standout performance in this one. Ronski's back. He's not on the Jet this time. He's on a different variety of duelist. Lockdown placed by Chax. The retake is on Ronski. Walk up, tap to Deltero. Now he's going for the flank line, though. Chax is able to take it. Steals away a gun. Calamari's in this site. The Cosmic Divide comes out. Calamari's trying to do it on his lonesome because Chax is in spawn. And Bliss might have done it here, and now Chax takes another kill. Avoids the paint shells. Alarm bot triggered. Timing isn't of the essence. He's almost a dissipating spike in just a second. Walk up comes in, drop on shot. It's easy to find the final kill. And Bliss to find the final round here. 13